Yeah. Should be crazy, bro. Like, and then the kids too, bro. Did you see the lady that's trying to run for governor in Georgia?
No.
She was getting flamed, bro, because she went to visit a little kindergarten and she had a mask on. Well, no, excuse me. She went to visit kindergarten. The kid in the school got mask mandate, and so all the kindergartners got their damn masks on and shit. And so she there posing with her shit off, and people was just like pressing her in the comments. That's that
dumb, bro. Like even like psychologically, I think like sometimes you see like young kids, they don't have to wear masks and stuff, and I'm thinking like, okay, if this is supposed to be serious and sickness, like what's to stop what kids can't get sick or I can't they can't get me sick or I can't get them sick? Like why don't they have to? Like it has to do something to them psychologically, seeing like okay, everybody around them wearing masks and something special about them, they don't have to wear, like what?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I get it. She took it off for the picture and shit, probably, but like, still, bro. Like the kids shouldn't, because first of all, the kids is barely getting sick, bro. Like the young kids, you know what I'm saying? Like them, I don't know. That's supposedly what the data says out there. But then, yeah, bro, it'd be having hella effects on them. Like I heard kids is having troubles like trying to speak and stuff, because that's one thing too. When you see people's like you see people's face, you know what I'm saying? You see how they pronounce words and enunciate things, you know what I'm saying? You can't teach English, you can't teach any type of language, you know what I'm saying? With a face covering, bro. Like you're not, unless they want people to become psychic or something, just looking through the eyes and shit. But nigga, I mean, I don't know, bro. It'd be crazy.
Unless people could communicate telepathically.
Yeah, I mean, like people can. I haven't seen it myself, but like like people definitely can telepathically use them type of abilities, but it takes like hella practice, you know what I'm saying, hella training and whatnot. And so like just the average Joe like can't do that shit. So I don't know what their problem is. Maybe it's because like what I thought too is like maybe with the phones and like the AI type shit, or if they got like tracking system, because in China they got the whole like tracking, like what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure they do, because you got to think you can't even take your batteries out your phone, and like even when your phone turns off, like I know you can still use Apple Pay and stuff, so I'm pretty sure your location, like they do that shit for a reason.
But then yeah, bro. And so what was that? Oh, and so I was saying like with the mask on, like if it can track your eyes and recognize your eyes, then it's just like training it type shit, you know what I'm saying, to get it more advanced. Maybe, perhaps it's just ideas, but like people just be mad out of pocket with them. Like
I mean, they even got robots in China that like especially at the Olympics, that they patrol and to make sure like people are wearing their masks. And it can identify you like with or without the mask on, and it's like that's.
They don't see, bro, because like they be controlling all the news and stuff that's out there, and so like. Once people start returning home to their countries, then you're going to start hearing, like, what was it really like out there type shit. People going to start talking and whatnot, And, like, I mean, that's just what I be thinking, because it's just, I've been watching the Olympics, just be on the TV at work and whatnot. And so, like, everything is just nice and peaceful and pristine, you know what I'm saying? But there just be all types of stuff in the background, You had the truckers protest thing in Canada, like, right before, they not covering it at all. They still out there. But then, like, you had that, and you have Russia, you know what I'm saying, and Ukraine. And, like, well, from what I see, like, I don't know. I just see folks beating the war drum and shit, you know what I'm saying? Trying to, like, hype it up type deal maybe, or just putting it in the media. But then and then so in China, and then China's economy is like, you know what I'm saying, not going through a very swell time either at this point. And then so there's not much news coming out, like the economy, like they're like not paying back a lot of debts, internationally and whatnot, in the real estate section. But basically, like, no news is coming out about that, because now it's Olympic time, 2-3 weeks of just where everybody's focused on the Olympics, and that's where everybody's attention is out there, because they're hosting that shit. And so any, like, China-related news, it's just like, oh, you're not going to find any information about it's just the Olympics going on, So, I mean, so we're going to find out and see, like, what people might say when they go back to their countries, how that was with it, if they had... So you seen them robot dogs? You seen the video though, or you just heard about it?
No, it's not robot dogs. this is like they kind of look like Wally robot, like kind of how.
Oh, just rolling
Wally,
around.
Yeah, and then, but I mean, even what they show like other countries, they're not gonna show like the nitty and gritty part of the. It's like it's kind of like how New York, right? Like people think in New York, you think of Times Square, flashy lights, billboards, all that stuff.
Yeah,
but it's like that's not all of New York. That's not even a large part. Like most of New York is up, and it's just. But obviously, that's the nice part that they want you to see. I mean, that's why they call it tourist attractions. Cause when
facts.
Like even here, like in all cities and stuff, they're building like tall buildings, and like in Portland, they're building like tall buildings and stuff because they're trying to look good from like the sky and just overall. But really, you got a bunch of homeless people and stuff that's looking like we have spots that look like third world countries, and we talk about other countries and stuff like our shit don't stink.
Yeah, man, oh God, bro, it was crazy. Like even when I went to LA like a couple years ago, that shit was like, you got Hollywood Hills right here, and then 2 blocks over, go across Sunset Boulevard. It's just like, what I'm saying, folks all on the street, and just like, it's just you see the stark contrast. You know what I'm saying? The super lavish with the very opposite. With the very desperate. And it's like. It's a trip, like just seeing it, but man.
What the part they show to the world is that Hollywood Hills part. They're not gonna show that 2 blocks over to the
camera's not pointed that way.
That's probably what like China is doing, bro. Like they're not gonna really show like how it really. They're gonna give off the best, be nice. So hey, like you want to keep good relations with other countries. You don't want to show them here. Just like if you was taking an ambassador from another country in the U.S. for tour, you wouldn't take them to certain areas. You would show them, this. It's kind of like even like social media. Like you always want to present like you're good, even if you're truly not. Like it's not.
Facts.
It's all about presentation and what you.
Yeah, bro. Like they're definitely doing that, bro. But that's the thing. That's the ironic part, is because people like kind of know, like people know that China, like people like been keeping track and seeing like what's going on for like some time, and so. They like now, you know what I'm saying? So they putting on that front, you know what I'm saying? All them countries, like, a lot of them, got their own BS that they going through with China, different things. And so, like, they're all like representatives though, you know what I'm saying? Them athletes, they represent them countries. And so that's the cool part too. Probably a lot of them athletes know about stuff that's going on, And so they out there repping, for the country, you know what I'm saying, and just putting on for their people and stuff, because it's a blessing to do so, and like not everything be as it seems,
Like even just with probably like the training, like imagine asking an athlete from China, like, yo, like how is it really in, or is it what you think they gon', for one, they gonna tell truthfully, or
bro, it depends. The person not even gonna ask that question. Well, at the Olympics, nobody's asking that question type shit,
You wouldn't. So you tell me if you were an Olympic athlete, you wouldn't intermingle with other countries, like just talk like.
No, bro. The media niggas out there, bro. It's like like nobody's asking that. That question's not coming up. Obviously, in the first place type of deal.
Not like on the record. Not like I'm saying like an interview. Like, oh, you're recording it, but just like even like just off the record type.
Yeah, I mean, somebody might say something, bro. But like, bro, so thing that happened a couple months ago, bro. I believe she's a Chinese tennis star, bro. She's a Chinese tennis star, and she
disappeared. I think I know you told me she disappeared, and then
cause she what's it called? She said that this guy in the party had like assaulted her.
I know the story you're talking about.
Yeah, bro, and then it's just like she kind of disappeared, and like the tennis league was like, where's she at, and then she released like a little robot letter like, it's okay, I have just been taking a few weeks to myself. I'm back home and with my family, and I'm doing well. I'm totally fine. Just crazy stuff, man. Like. But yeah, man, that's just where things is at today, man. Like I don't even be knowing none of the sports in the damn Winter Olympics, bro. Like it just be entertaining to watch, like damn figure skating and the curling. The curling be interesting, but yeah, man. You fuck with Summer Olympics? Nah, man. You fuck with World Cup? Nah. Sleep on them, man. You gotta check that, bro. World Cup, bro. When you get into the World Cup, like that shit, man. I like the World Cup.
It was funny too because I was talking to some. It was lucky. I think it was drunk. Some dude yesterday, like just, and I was telling him about. We was having a conversation. I was just telling him like all the sports is like scripted and stuff, like all the major, and then he was going hard about like his Olympics and like he was like, oh USA, you gotta have. I was just like, bro, none of this shit like really matters. Like it's just like it's cool. Like it's like obviously you got athletes competing at the highest levels. All like it's a big event. Like I'm not trying to downplay it, but like it doesn't like let's say U.S. basketball team, whether they get gold or bronze, like everybody's life is gonna be like the same. Like what's you know what I mean? Like nothing major is not, and like
yeah, bro. It's so for the amount of attention that's put on it, you know what I'm saying? The amount of like emphasis, but that's the thing. It's a worldwide ritual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
basically.
I mean, that's how it started, bro. In ancient Greece, it was a ritual to them Greek gods and shit, you know. So then they would go up to the top of Mount Olympus, and then they would wrestle and they would run and they compete in the sports, you know, and like to entertain the gods or get their attention, whatever, you know. And then they kept doing it every year, and then you know. But then I mean, it's cool though. Like it's not so much about the ritual part, but like. That's just where it kind of come from, doing it every year. And it's like, you know, that's the place to do the sports competitions, you know what I'm saying? Like where the best athletes in the world come together and whatnot. So, it just became what it is. Yeah, man. Be wild. But now Super Bowl over. Olympics is over. What you think the next thing gonna be, bro? Like, cause you hear about this stuff in Canada, the little protest?
Yeah, I mean, really, all across the world they're doing like protests and stuff. But obviously, like the news medias, they're not gonna really show that here because that's gonna get people. They don't want to give. That's kind of like ammunition to the people. You know, that's giving them ideas and kind of they don't.
Fact. I mean, shit.
Especially with the whole riot stuff just passing, like I feel like people have like riot fatigue now.
Oh yeah, definitely don't want no like riot, but no, all that shit is peaceful though. That's the crazy thing.
It's ironic.
All peaceful, and so even in the other countries, bro, in Europe and whatnot, most of them be damn peaceful demonstrations. When it looks like riot is when they have to clear out when they set the curfew at 6 p.m. You know, and then we gotta clear the streets or whatever, and then it look like riot and people get pissed off and start throwing things and whatnot. But I mean, shoot, some of them do be riots. On God, people got riot fatigue in Portland for damn sure, bro.
I think it was low-key playing in terms of like, okay, the thing about all this stuff happened either.
What was playing?
Like how the riots for like Black Lives Matter. All just
man,
because it's like
that's a whole nother rabbit hole, bro.
Look, what I'm saying, like if you riot for stuff that doesn't really necessarily. Let's say you riot for something that doesn't necessarily need to be rioted for, or you do it the wrong way. Yeah. So now when something actually needs to be rioted, now it's like it was already. Yeah, it's kind of like
now, like you let them know, and now they got the boot already ready for you. You know what I'm saying? Like they got the boot already ready to like crush that shit. You know. And then it kind of illegitimizes it, you know, with violence and whatnot. That's how them folks in the 60s was able to, like, get anything done, you know what I'm saying, was, like, you know, peacefully. Or not even get anything done, but then to, like, in this system, you know what I'm saying, like, just, like, because, you know, it's only one side got the monopoly on violence, you know what I'm saying, and so, it'd just be tough, bro.
Nah, low-key, too, with all this, like, the whole like LGBT, like this is the.
You playing, man? You playing with fire, bro.
Bro, I'm just alright. So look,
man,
I'm
playing with fire,
I'm gonna
bro.
give like a disclaimer, bro. Like I'm not gonna say nothing like disrespectful or nothing. I feel like everybody has their own opinion. I'm not gonna disrespect nobody. I'm not gonna just. Yeah, but I think with the whole gay thing, it's like it's not even just. I just feel like a similarity with like. I'm not even gonna say exactly the same, but like kind of like the like integration and stuff, or like with the whole race thing in terms of like. So, you gotta think when they was integrating and stuff, you probably had people talking like, oh dang, like why we gotta. I don't have no issue with black people or nothing, but
Yeah.
I just don't want my kids to have to. Why are they pushing that to my kids type? Because that's what they was probably doing. It's probably pushing the race, the integration in the school system into the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it's kind of slimmer now because how they're kind of more accepting and more important on being like diverse and stuff and inclusive. Now it's like they're kind of pushing it to the kids.
Yeah.
And then it's like you probably got older people, whatever, who are like, yo, I don't mind like gay people or
but it's just like the agenda goes too far. So it's just you know what I'm saying. The agenda just be going like, it's not. I don't know. It's like not necessarily, you know, because you know what I'm saying. Them folks fought hard for their rights and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like even back then and shit, going to like 60s and 70s. You know, because a lot of them folks was like getting killed. You know what I'm saying? People, they should just be like treated, you know, as people. Not as people, just like as anybody else people. But I guess the problem with what you're getting at now is that, like, you know, what you do in the bedroom and whatnot should like be private, you know what I'm saying? And like just be like very much out in the open. And what you're getting at is like the kids, you know, just kind of desensitizing the kids to it all, you know, like I don't know, it's totally okay for them to like learn and, you know, learn about it and see that like you know, just that there are people in these relationships, you know what I'm saying, and that, you know, people like love each other and whatnot. But then like you're saying, just what we see on the TV, you know, and in the media, it just be pushing it. They put the drag queen on Nickelodeon, bro, last year, and like think like it do be seeming like it go too far and whatnot. But then the thing what you were getting at, bro, with the integration and shit, like. Because that was crazy you said that, because I had just seen some, you know, you heard of James Baldwin? Like, I had seen a video of him talking, saying that, like, really back in them days, like, folks was just wanted to be treated equal, you know, like what I'm saying, you know, folks just wanted to be treated equal. They wasn't really wanting integration like that, and on, like you're saying, on the white folks side, but then same thing on the black folks side. According to what James Baldwin saying in his video, he's like, you know what I'm saying, like, integration wasn't necessarily the goal. It was kind of like this, I don't want to say side effect, you know what I'm saying, but it was, people had mixed feelings on integration, I guess, back then. That's what I had just learned recently, you know. And so and then like how that plays into today, like kind of just might seem like it's just watering down people's cultures, maybe, you know what I'm saying, kind of creating like a monoculture, or just like even just like what we were talking about with the Super Bowl and whatnot, you know. It's like we got an American monoculture, you know what I'm saying, and like, at least coming from like an immigrant family too, I done seen like, not necessarily with my family, but like just from things I've observed, like, you know, you go one generation in, 2 generations in, after like immigrating people lose their connection and whatnot to like the different parts they be coming from, you know. And then so for black folks, you know what I'm saying, in America, Afro-Americans, like, we've had to like, you know, it's always like creating the culture, you know, it's always the cutting edge of stuff, you know. But then I feel like it's not okay to say these days that people can't be, you know, separated, you know, like it's a taboo idea, you know. But shoot, I mean, it's definitely stuff to look into. I'm gonna have to pull up that video of Mr. James Baldwin. It's interesting.
Well, what I tried to suggest was that the Supreme Court decision called for desegregation, first of all, in schools. And Martin Luther King demanded desegregation, for example, in public transport. In a very curious way, this word was translated into integration. And from my point of view, no black person could have asked for integration, because given the history of the country, given our history of black people in this country, integration was the last thing we were talking about. We were all integrated. We could tell that from the colors of our skins. You know, that was not the question. We've been integrated for 400 years, at least. The question was to liberate the children so that you didn't have to explain to a child why he couldn't have a drink here, or go to the bathroom there. In short, to be treated like everybody else in this republic. That was the demand. And if you remember, there were people then, long time ago, who said, I'm not sure I want to be integrated into a burning house. So, we are accused now of demanding integration. We never asked for that. We'd ask for legal freedom for ourselves and for our children.